We actually create startup champions. We are not the startup champions. So, hi everyone. My name is Ivan. This is Ivaylo. Okay, so we are here to talk about and to tell you a little bit more about Founder Institute, which is the largest startup pre-seed accelerator in the world. We know that this is a bold statement, so I'll support it with some numbers. Right now, Founder Institute is running in more than 100 cities. We have more than 7,000 alumni worldwide that have actually accumulatively collected more than $2 billion in investment in angel VC investments, and numbers keep growing. What we actually do is we turn ideas into fundable startups and startups into global businesses. And we do this on 4 steps, 4 ways, in 4 simple steps. We first find people that are great by themselves and that have great ideas. Then we create an environment that's supportive but challenging in the same time, because we need challenge to grow. Then we help them launch fundable real-life entities, and because we are literally invested in those startups, we give full lifetime support with additional programs afterwards that are completely free. Let's break all these steps in more detail. Finding great people with great ideas is not an easy task, as you know. So that's why we developed the entrepreneur DNA assessment, which is a psychometric test that actually can predict what are the odds of a startup to succeed by the only thing that we know for a startup when it doesn't exist. It predicts the founders, it assesses the founders and their qualities, their good sides and the things that they should be aware of, that they should be wary of when they're starting this journey. Actually, just to say, we did it with almost 200,000 people over 15 years, so we have pretty good way to actually filter the results and create more robust results. We have created one of the largest startup communities with more than 35,000 mentors, angel investors, and advisors. And that's very important because, as we said, it's very important to have a lot of connections in order to create something and to make it really happen. So because we know that one size does not fit all, we actually have different tracks for the startups that come. We can meet the startups where they are in their journey. And as I said, we have a lifetime support where we give the alumni our attention even after they go through our program, so we can make sure that they succeed in their entrepreneurial journey. We developed a methodology, we developed something that actually helps creative people catch their dreams and turn them into real businesses. And we've done this for more than 15 years. And we don't only give the founders the academic knowledge on how to execute as entrepreneurs, we give them the real life taste of what it is to be an entrepreneur. During the program, we evaluate, we assess, and we filter the founders. So only 30% from the people that started a semester, a cohort, actually graduate. Only the founders that are the most resilient do actually go through the program. And you might say this is natural selection, but we call it startup life. And even 30% is a very optimistic number. So when we talk about innovation, we don't only teach it, we lead it, because we have a world-class founder platform where founders can actually have their interactive dashboards, they can have networking opportunities, and they can join global events, so they can learn from the people themselves, from the people that are actually leading the innovation in these areas that we're talking about. But mostly we're proud of our alumni. Whatever they do, whatever they achieve, always comes back to the ecosystem they started from. And this is one of the best things that we actually can give and that we are actually trying to foster. So I will give the word to the other co-director, Ivaylo. Thank you very much.
If you didn't learn so far, if you didn't get it, we are one of the biggest guys in this business everywhere. So when it's about early stage startups, you should think about us. We know what we're talking about. We have the expertise, we have the knowledge, we have the competence, we have pretty much everything there is to know. We have the network, we have, well, he basically showed you the numbers, but when you think about innovation, when you think about incubation, acceleration, it's not just me that says we're good, those guys also. When they analyze the market, we are in the same discussions as the guys from Y Combinator, Techstars, etc. So we are really, really knowledgeable on this topic. So you don't have to trust me, you have to trust the knowledge that I bring with me. All those things, tech transfers, commercialization, spin-offs, spin-outs, corporate venturing, entrepreneurship, etc., etc. We've been doing this for years and years and years with companies like Siemens, Accenture, Bosch, governments, academia, pretty much everywhere, pretty much with everybody. So the knowledge is here, the experience is here, and the European headquarters is right here. We brought this thing to Sofia, and we are responsible for the entire region of Eastern Europe. So we have a good oversight of what's going on. And to be honest, Sofia is not a bad place. Not a bad place at all. In actuality, it's one of the most developed startup ecosystem in the region. Again, you don't have to believe me because I didn't invent that. It's not my facts, not my opinion. People say so. But the question is, why we do it? We told you what we do, we told you how you do it, but the question is why. If you haven't heard about Simon Sinek, now is the time to check on your phones. And our founder, it's a guy named Adeo Resi, in 2009, he said, basically, well, there are a lot of problems in the world, in our cities, in our life, whatever, that can be solved by applying entrepreneurial mindset, which basically means when you see something that's a problem and you have no idea how to solve it, and you have an idea how to do it for profit, then you're a startup. Start working on it. It will happen, it will help you, it will help society. That's why it is important, because it changes the world little by little. And I know that this sounds like a cliche, because every startup says, well, we're changing the world, we're making it a better place. Well, they do. You know why? Every startup that's in for the money, that go for the money only, fails. Again, that's just statistics. I didn't have to invent that to impress you. That's the other thing. It takes a village to raise a child. If you haven't heard that before, it's very wise words. Again, not mine, unfortunately. Basically, what we're saying here is that it's tough to be a creator. It's tough to be somebody that makes something out of nothing. And therefore, those guys need a lot of help from everyone around. Not just us, from everyone involved. And therefore, we are very open to collaborate with everyone around. And we do. We are partnering with pretty much everyone that is shown any goodwill to do that. And we are open to do more and more and more of that. It's not a competition. We collaborate with pretty much everybody. This is my ask for you guys. If you are change makers, if you want to improve something, if you want to change the city, if you want to change your lives or other people's lives, and you want to do that for profit, then you can think about building a startup. And if you start thinking that, let's talk. We can tell you why not to do it, or why you should. And again, it's not the only way to change things. There are others. And in the second section, I will be telling you about the other ways to do good and change things without making profit. But this way works. If you want to try it, you know who to call. Or even just do the DNA test. It shows a lot of things about you as a person and are you fit for this startup challenge. And for everyone who is part of this ecosystem, everyone who wants to be part of this ecosystem, we are open. Come speak with us. We will find ways to work together. We can share resources. We can share knowledge. We can do many, many, many things that we have done before. again, government and academy, we all know that those guys are trying to change themselves and the things around them. We all know that they're making efforts. We all know they're doing this on a thin budget and under strict regulations. But the magic here is that if you want to do a lot of things with little resources, the best way to ask how is us, because we, in the startup world, we do that every day. By the way, we are doing similar things with the likes like NASA, for example. So, again, we know how it goes. Talk to us. Thank you.